Welcome to our Plugs Community Connection. I am your host, DJ Kitty Cat, with my sister co-host, Miss Morningstar on WKRA 92.7 FM The Change. If you're looking for the best in news, current events, community outreach programs, and shopping connections, you've come to the right place. We've got a great mix of content and community connections lined up for you this evening, along with special guest interviews. So, grab your favorite drink of choice, turn up the volume, and let's get into it.
Good morning, WKRA 92.7 The Change. It is your morning host and co-host, DJ Kitty here with my girl, my sister, Mrs. Morningstar, and we are from Our Plugs, the Community Connection. We want to say good morning, happy Wednesday, happy hump day. The day of the week, of course, is going by extremely fast, as we suspect it to do. You know, time waits for no man or woman, and today's a new day. Hope everyone slept well and you're up and you're ready to tackle this day. Um, I'm going to start by saying good morning to Holly Springs, Mississippi, as well as Memphis, Tennessee, and give a big shout out to our people out on TikTok. Morning, y'all. And the folks on YouTube, good morning, sisters. Good morning, brothers. Today is Wednesday. It is September, the first week of September. A lot happens in this month. A lot has happened already, and this is just day 3. Wow. You know, but we're going to get through this like we get through everything else. I'm going to see the good, even when people expect me to see the bad. I'm still going to see the good because hey, life is good. Look, he didn't carry me all this way to let me fall. So that being said, we shall start this broadcast off with some positive affirmations. And we get those affirmations from my girl, my sister, Mrs. Morningstar, the affirmation queen. Do-do-do.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah. That's like powering off. That's what my phone does when it powers
That's
off.
from Miss Jack. That's from Miss Jack.
Oh, yes, that is Miss Jack.
Her mic.
Yes.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Happy Hump Day. Welcome in. We are so happy to have you guys this morning. And we are going to do our routine, start our morning with a affirmation. And today I went a different route with the affirmation. And I don't think I've done this one particular affirmation before. It's about forgiveness. Forgiveness is part of our lives. We all have been the givers and receivers in forgiveness. I'm talking to myself too, y'all. And it's not fair asking for forgiveness and then not taking the courage to actually forgive. So I just want to speak some affirmations into our lives, all of us, about how we get in situations with people and, or situations in our past and we don't forgive. Doesn't mean we have to forget or even deal anymore, but the peace comes when you can forgive and move on. So here are some affirmations so we can all try to remember. I accept my past. I have faith in my current and future decisions. I acknowledge that I did the best I could with what I knew at the time. I put down the heavy burdens of guilt, fear, and humiliation. I let go of the past to move forward. I learn from my mistakes. I'm ready to love myself completely, By forgiving myself, I become more patient. I am choosing to treat myself with respect and kindness. I believe in my ability to create a better future for myself. I take full responsibility for my past decisions. I let go of negative, harmful thoughts and habits. I am free from self resentment. I am focusing on the present. I heal and recover at my own pace. I forgive myself for my past decisions and actions. I forgive and set myself free. I have the courage to recognize the light within myself. I am capable of healing. I am a being of love, compassion, and peace.
I can receive all of that.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
And
Forgiveness
you
is
do that. Yeah.
we
Everybody
first
should
of all we got to
forgive.
forgive ourselves for things that we hold. We sometimes hold things in and we don't realize like we haven't let it go. And I know Coach Nikki has talked about this before about just forgiving yourself and
Mhm.
then forgiving people who hurt you or who have took your kindness for weakness or has misused your trust.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's important.
We all have been there. None of us are exempt. None of us are
It's
immune.
hard.
It is very hard
It's
to
hard.
forgive.
Ooh,
But you know
queen, I
what?
know.
You're not forgiving for them. You're forgiving for yourself. So you can let it
Yes.
go.
Yes.
So I forgive you, but I'll never forget. And you'll never get the chance ever to make me feel like that again. And you
Yes.
have every right to feel that way. You got to protect your peace. So I receive all that. And I have forgiven plenty of people. And I hope that they've forgiven me because I am nowhere near an angel. So please forgive me,
I
And if you haven't, deal with it because I've had to, you
that's
know.
why I said this was for me because I don't necessarily hold grudges, but I do in a sense. So, I think we got to learn that forgive button is real hard. It
Wait
is.
a minute now, hold on. Are I can forgive you but still hold a grudge now. I
Then you
can.
gotta.
I
I think we
can
gotta
forgive
release all
you.
that, Kitty. I think that's what this is saying. We gotta release that grudge. We gotta work on it. We gotta
Yeah.
work on releasing that grudge.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Whew.
I mean, I don't know what the time frame is on this, cause I'm still mad at the cheerleading coach. My daughter was in 8th grade and she is senior now, and I
I'm
don't know what the time frame is on this. But I'm gonna need, yeah, I need my coaches. And I got Nikki today. We got Miss Jack today. Work me through.
I mean, today we are talking about accountability. So I'm
Yeah,
going to be
working.
accountable in saying that, yes, I do forgive. I do not forget. And I am going to hold a grudge. Me holding a grudge is the best way for me to stay away from that person that hurt me.
Okay.
I'm going to hold my grudges.
All
And
right.
I'm not mad or anything. I just don't fool with you. Anywho,
Okay.
thank you for those positive affirmations.
You are
We
welcome.
definitely need them. I will receive all of them. I hope the folks forgive me as I've forgiven them. Uh yeah, I'm gonna hold my grudge.
It's one of them things, y'all. We Capricorns. It's a little hard. We the first and the last. Okay, we the first and the last of the year,
I'm not
and we are caught in between a lot of things.
the
That's
Lord
why it
is
ain't
still
no
working
middle.
on me. He's still working on me. I'm a work in
It ain't
progress.
no middle, y'all. It ain't for real. I'm serious.
Yeah.
Whew. But
I'm just gonna
anyhow, let's talk about the weather.
All right, we're gonna get into the weather, but I need to make sure that everybody has drank their 16 ounces of water this morning, as well as
Mm.
taking your morning meds and had
Yeah.
breakfast. We cannot skip our morning meds. We cannot skip our 16 ounces of water, and we cannot skip our breakfast. You got to fuel the mind as well as the body.
Oh yeah.
Let's hop into this weather. Holly Springs, great weather again. High of 86, a low of 65. Feels like temperature 86 degrees with a 20% chance of rain. Winds are out of the south, southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Humidity is high all day, day and night. Mosquito risk is high. The mosquitoes are out there, and yeah, they said move over. I'm here too. They don't pay any mortgage or rent, so I need them to step up their game if they're gonna be around here. Ragweed pollen is high. Air quality is good. And generally, it's going to be sunny and cloudy all day in both Holly Springs, Memphis, as well as Houston. Speaking of Memphis, you have a high today of 88 degrees and a low of 68. Your feels like temperature is 88 degrees as well. Your rain perception is at about 24% uh, as well. Winds out of the west southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Humidity in the morning is moderate, and in the evening it is high. Mosquito risk is medium. Ragweed pollen is very high. Air quality is good. And again, cloudy and sunny pretty much all day. Possible thunderstorms in the evening, but it's only a 24% chance. So if you do get some water, it won't be for long. Hot Houston, a high of 95, a low of 75. Feels like temperature is 98 degrees with a 15% chance of rain. Winds out of the northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Humidity in the morning is moderate. In the evening, it is high. Mosquito risk, of course, is high. They live here. Grass and ragweed pollen are both low. Air quality is moderate. It's going to be generally a cloudy and sunny day. Possible rain shower in the afternoon, but nothing major. It's only a 15% chance of rain. And that is your weather for WKRA 92.7 The Change. Hot, possible rain, mosquitoes everywhere, in a nutshell. Let's go ahead and hot. Let's go ahead and hop into this news you can use. I only have a few stories today because, you know, it. I'm gonna start. Let me go ahead and pull the Band-Aid off. We saw the man with the rotten hands propped up. They had a weekend in Bernie's, and they had a man with somebody I had never seen before with a wig. He had a Stella. He had a Benjamin Button Stella
That
wig on.
wig today
Was wigging, baby.
Wigging. I'm like, why
How
did they
does
take a
your
razor and
wig
thin it out? It was
match your
thick.
suit?
It was thick.
I'm just
White
anyway.
men, y'all gotta let it go. When it ain't there no more, just go ahead and go bald. Let it go.
I guess that they don't, it doesn't have the same effect
Let it go
as
bald. Just let it go.
a black man with a bald head.
Yeah, I'm
I
pretty
don't
sure
know.
they don't, but I mean, we rather just you funny looking anyway. So you might as well just go ahead and embrace it.
Well, the wig was wigging. It was wig, baby.
That wig was about 4 inches thick. And then it was like he just plopped it on. Lord have
Anywho,
mercy. Did y'all see the
anywho,
wig?
yeah.
Y'all saw the wig.
Did you see the man that was standing behind him in the brown suit though? His wig and his suit matched, and that wig, he had a 24-piece bust down, baby. I was like, okay then, girl.
Whoa,
Okay
that's a
then.
24.
24 piece. It may have been the 27 piece. I don't know. 24, 27, one of them. But it was
Why was
definitely
they all looking just pathetic up there? It was just like a panel of pathetics. I
I
was
never
like,
seen
what
that
is
one guy.
this? Not one handsome, decent looking
Girl,
person.
now come on, sis. Now you know we're
I'm
not
just saying,
that.
they just look terrible. Cag's breath looked drunk again. I'm like,
I
what?
mean, the man
What's going on here?
he's fighting with his sobriety. And it's the sobriety is
Is winning.
well, all I know is they propped old boy up, and he said, I didn't know anybody. They're saying that they're saying that I'm unalived." Then he said, "Well, yeah, I heard some people were looking at, well, which one is it, sir? Do you know that we were wondering about?" I wasn't.
First he said he didn't know. Then he said, "Oh yeah, I heard about it."
Because one lie must conquer the other.
He just lie. That's all he do.
Yeah, and then the little piece that I could stomach hearing his voice. He was lying then, and talking about he's gonna deploy the National Guard and all. Boy, we do not care. Do it. Do your best. What the problem is, they really thought the black people were gonna come out and be in the streets and acting a donkey. And we did a Uno reverse and we said, no, we're going to sit down. And so they don't know how to take black people now. So they're doing this idiotic stuff like sending out the National Guard, and there's nothing happening. You got the National Guard doing landscaping at the White House. And then they asked him about, what was thrown out the window. What took me out is he said, well, no, we can't open the windows. They're very heavy. They're about 600 pounds. Sir.
He said it was AI.
He said the windows were.
He said it was AI.
He said it was AI. Then he said, I don't know, it was AI, but I know we can't open the windows because they're 600 pounds. I said 600 pounds. I gotta turn it off now. I can't even listen to this. How is a window 600 pounds? I just want to know. Anywho. So yeah, he's still walking.
He's fried. He is fried, y'all.
We, any day, Lord.
Take that any way y'all want to. He fried.
People are gonna believe what they want to believe, but people also have the right to believe what they want to believe, and they have the right to say what they want to say. You really do. Just know that there's consequences to everything you say and do. So I'm just gonna say this: the man with the rotten hand. Everybody gotta start dating. Everybody got an end date. It's what you're doing in the meantime and in between times that matter. What have you done? What else did I come up with? Oh, RFK, he fired an aide back in July, and when she got fired, I guess she was so distraught she ran into his car. I thought that was kind of comical, because I'm thinking that, I've never been fired from a job, so I don't know. But if I were ever fired, I think that I would be upset, and I probably would run into somebody's car too. They say it was accident, but I don't know. They say she backed into it.
His car though, right?
Yeah. Of all the cars in the parking lot, she backed into his.
Sound like she wanted to get back at him some kind of way.
All I want to know is it the same person that had an accident with Rudy Giuliani? I just don't know.
We'll never know.
We shall never.
We'll never know.
And I do have one good story that I wanted to bring up. Cory Booker is now engaged. He proposed to his girlfriend. Her name is Alexis Lewis, a sister. Beautiful young lady.
Okay, Cory. Right.
And
I didn't know he wasn't married.
Yeah, I ain't either. But that was a good story that I found today.
Okay. Well, congratulations to the new
engaged
couple.
I know my invitation is in the mail. Y'all send it to me. You got my address.
I like filet mignon.
Me too. Me too.
So I wanted to talk about, you kind of just touched on a little bit with, the rotten hand dude in Chicago. So he got up there today. Chicago had a rough weekend. As we know, Chicago tends to have rough weekends sometimes, especially holiday weekends. They turn up too much.
Yeah, they cut up a little bit, tad bit.
They turn all the way up. So there was 58 people that have been shot. 8, unfortunately, were fatal. And this was in Chicago. So this was over Labor Day weekend. So yeah, that's a lot. But I mean, it's not something that we haven't heard of before when it comes to Chicago. Plus, Chicago is big, and it could be in one sector. We don't know exactly where this all happened. So the man with the dead hand, talking big money ish, today. We going in. I don't care what they say. We going in.
Go ahead.
So the mayor and the governor was like, okay, player, game on. A lot of people are not going to be bullied.
Ain't nobody scared of you.
You already just got a ruling back today from the LA a federal judge stating it was unlawful for you to deploy the National Guard into California, sir. Why you keep testing people's gangster? Like, I understand you had it's been a lot of things you just been doing, and because you trying to be a dictator.
Mm-hmm.
But there are some folks that will fight back, and I just love to see him uh and the National Guard. Because first of all, the National Guard can't arrest anyone; they can't stop anyone to pull them over. So
What
walking around with the big pew pew guns in your hand, they got them too. Them boys on that street, they got what they got.
have you ever been to Chicago?
I have.
I have too.
They got what you got. So
Frumpy, I want you to send
I
them
don't
to.
go
I
what?
don't. You know what? Because I love my military. I don't want anything to happen to the
I
military.
don't. I don't. But he's
So
putting them in a
in harm's
dangerous.
way
He's putting them in a
because
dangerous situation. Those young people who, right now, you have them in DC. They're in the front of the monuments. They're in like tourist places. They haven't went into the deep of
south
DC.
side of Chicago is a
In the
whole.
south side of Chicago. Yeah, I sped through the hood, and I'm used to the hood, but I wasn't trying. I ain't from there, so I went on,
About 10, maybe about 10, 15, no, about 15 years ago. I was in Chicago on business, and I have family in Chicago, South
I
Side.
do too.
And yeah, I was on the South Side of Chicago for a couple days visiting family. Baby,
It's
they don't want
real.
that. It
It's
is
real.
very.
And that's what I'm saying. They got what you got. So you walking around with your big guns and stuff and thinking that's going to intimidate people. That's not. That's
I mean,
not.
my thing is, why are we trying to start a war on our own land, Frumpy?
Because he is this idea of Rambo in his head. He think he is like the general and everybody is under him and they are going, and then you talking about the National Guard. Yes, they're not trained for this. It's just you're putting innocent kids in harm's way that don't got nothing to do with your grudge against Democrats, because this is just a grudge you have against the Democratic Party.
It is.
Nothing more.
Yeah, it's not. He's not even. It's not even a
It's
grudge.
so
It's his hate.
unserious.
It's his hate, and it's his hate and disdain for the Democrats and Black people. Period.
It's
Dot.
so unserious.
And no matter what he says or does, his time, all of our time is limited. But his time, his hands are rotten. Did y'all see the flap on his forehead?
I saw
Well, I
the meat,
actually
the
did
extra
some,
meat.
yeah, I actually did some investigative work on that.
Y'all
And it
see that?
seems to be a condition that you get after a craniotomy after a stroke. Allegedly, allegedly.
Yeah, I heard that.
So
I
when
heard
you
a
have
doctor
a
talking about it.
stroke and they have to remove this bone right here because it's in your frontal lobe, yeah, you develop a flap. But I thought that his eye was
It
rotten
must
and
have been
like his hand.
Botox it, and so it could pull back.
They probably got some tape pulling it back while he was doing
Yeah, because it was meaty. It was nasty.
it. Yeah, they probably got some tape. What it is you don't have that barrier anymore for your fluid to flow, so it pulls right here, and then you have a flap you've had brain
The
surgery.
boy is sick, y'all. The boy is sick. Okay, I'm just gonna tell
So
y'all
let's
right
go
now.
ahead and take a quick commercial break and bring our
He
girls
ain't make.
up so we can talk about accountability. Oh, that's a good topic today.
Yeah, that's real good.
That's a good topic for today. You're listening to Our Plugs, a community connection on WKRA 92.7 The Change. Stand by. We'll be right back after this quick commercial break.
you to do one more thing for me. Hold up 2 fingers. This is you, and this is me, and the space that exists between us should be filled with value.
Equal, a global human initiative, and its value identity model are the outcomes of that day. The outcome that Prince, the revolution, and George Floyd produced.
Hey guys, guess what? I got something to show you. Boom, 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 bam. You like what you see? This is from Morningstar Boutique. Yes, beautiful, nice and thick, comfy, and it fits. So if you like this sweater, you got to go to Our Plugs and scroll down with Morningstar Boutique, and you gotta get yours, because I got mine. You better go get yours, because yeah, it might run out fast. So yeah, if you like this sweater, go to Our Plugs, ourplugs.com, scroll down and hit Morningstar Boutique and get yours. Yes, this is from a black powerful woman to another powerful black woman. So yeah, we're moving on. Go get yours so we all can be warm. Okay? God bless.
Welcome to Morningstar Boutique, where the sun is shining and the style is all about you, your beauty, confidence, and individuality. Whether that's your perfect summer dress, a chic jumpsuit, or outfit you didn't know you needed, we've got you. Stop by ourplugs.com and check us out. We'll see you soon.
Welcome to a world that sparkles. Sparkle Kicks LLC is your one-stop shop for a wide variety of customized items. So bling out your Crocs. Customize that cutting board. Get you custom dominoes. Stop by and we will customize your order today. We can be found on Etsy and Our Plugs LLC. I'll be waiting to customize your order. All you need to do is place it.
And we are back. You are listening to Our Plugs of Community Connection on WKRA 92.7 The Change. I love that commercial, that review that Powerful Black Woman gives you. I get my, she and I
It's the
both have the
cutest.
same sweater. I cannot wait until it's cold enough for me to get it,
Put
because
your
I
sweater
got
back on.
end of the season. I've only worn it once. It's been
Oh,
too hot,
yeah.
but that's okay.
It's coming. Hopefully.
One day.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and bring the ladies up. It's
All right,
mental health, and
ladies.
we are definitely going to talk about accountability today. Hello, sisters. Hello,
Good morning, y'all.
Nikki and Mrs. Jack. Good morning.
Good morning.
Y'all scared to talk? What did Miss Morning?
We couldn't have timed that better. I think we said good morning at the same time.
Yeah, I did.
It's okay. How was your holiday weekend? Either one. Nikki, how was your holiday weekend?
Now we don't know.
Yeah, I was getting people to college and getting my child ready for school start.
Today.
We always start after Labor Day, so we were doing a whole lot of running around.
Mm-hmm.
You were busy. That's good. I pray that your baby has a wonderful school year. And Mrs. Jack, how was your holiday weekend?
It was pleasant. Thank you. We went out to eat. We went just sightseeing. Food is always involved. So pretty calm.
Nothing wrong with that. So today's topic, we cover mental health on Wednesdays, and today's topic is accountability. And Miss Morningstar started off with forgiveness. And I think that's really grand of her.
Yeah, I was actually excited that she started off with that. I said forgiveness is awesome. It ties directly into our conversation for today. So that was good.
Okay,
And it also brought out
see?
some things, you know, it also brought out some conversation pieces.
Exactly.
Sure. Yes, that's great. I'm glad that you did that as well. I know I just be fooling around, but I am glad that you brought that out, Mrs. Morningstar. So, accountability. I'm going to start. I have to be accountable for my actions. And you know, I just laugh at y'all. So, go ahead, Mrs. Counselor Nikki. What do y'all have for us today? Or who is it? Miss Jack? Yeah.
Well, I guess I'll start. So I think we wanted, I know for me, I wanted to talk about accountability because I feel like I'm not sure people understand what that is anymore. Like, I feel like more and more people are like blaming other people for their actions. And so I think, you know, it is a good thing to talk about as far as taking accountability, because I think that's something we all have to work at. It's not something that is easy, and it's something that you have to be mindful about every interaction and every day. So the first part of that is accountability is not about blaming or shaming anybody. You know, it's about trying to figure out, kind of honor our choices, honor our commitments, and take responsibility for things, our choices that we make in life, or how our choices impact other people.
I can see that.
I think for that one, I put that you cannot live playing the blame game, right? As far as blaming people for your issues, if you make that a habit, your accountability is just gone. You will never have accountability. You'll pass that on. We know what narcissism is. Narcissists, they never accept accountability or blame for anything that they do. So if you stay in that for too long, then that's what you will turn into. You know, if you keep getting fired from a job, you will never look at, hey, I'm late all the time. It's never going to be my fault. It's going to be somebody else's fault. So
this is the reason why. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you'll make up reasons why other people did something to you instead of looking, you know, inward towards yourself and what part you caused in it.
Right.
I do that. Yeah, especially at the workplace.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure that's listening right now. I'm pretty sure what I just said, y'all know somebody like that. Something always happens to them. They never cause it. It's like, oh, it's messing with me. That job be asking too much of me. Asking you to be there all the time. Asking you, you know, it's not out of the realm of normalcy. That's what they're supposed to do. But because you can't make it their own time and you won't take the necessary steps to get up, to get to work on time, you can give me all the reasons for traffic. Well, the traffic is always bad. Every time I get ready to go to the gas station, it's always a long line, but you don't stop to say, hey, maybe I need to get up a little earlier to beat the line, to not have these same excuses. So when you get fired, it's always somebody was doing something to me. They should understand that I have all these 900 things going on in the morning and let me stay late and keep my job because I got bills.
And there's always a way to combat that. If you're late because you got to get gas or whatever, get gas on Sunday. You know,
right.
If you can't seem to make it there at 8:00, ask, can you change your hours to 9? You know,
right.
But
I was just about to say that because in real life, one of my employees said, I like to give my employees enough rope. So at some point they'll eventually hold themselves accountable or they're gonna hang themselves. And so today, one of my good employees, she's a single mother. So it was different when the school year wasn't on. She was able to come in early, but for the past couple weeks, she's been messaging me a couple times out the week. Hey, she missed the bus. I got to take her to school. I'm gonna be running late. And I'm a passive, I listen, but I kind of keep a mental note. Okay. I don't get on my employees about running late, especially, if it's a few minutes late, it's okay. But today she texted me, she said, Miss Boyd, I think I need to change my schedule. And I was proud of her for that.
Yes, that's being very proactive.
Yeah, I was proud of her for that.
Yeah.
Because at
Or
that point,
even
she's being accountable she's
Yeah.
recognizing a pattern.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And she's holding herself accountable.
You need to talk to her about that. That's good.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be something we discuss when we do her evaluation,
One-on-one,
her annual. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's going to be a plus for her.
I'm glad she
That's
took that
awesome.
stance. Said, yes, it is.
Right.
Because you even have those other employees too. They're, all of a sudden when something's wrong and you're about to get fired, well, nobody trained me on that. But up until then, you didn't say nothing. You didn't say you didn't know how to do it. You just kept doing what, half doing everything. And now it's like, but nobody ever trained me. Well, now it's too late.
Or you could have asked a question, because if you're doing something and it doesn't make sense, please ask. Don't just continue to, oh, well, I did it because, oh my goodness, yes, I am unfortunately running into that situation. Well, this is how we've always done it. Doesn't mean that it's right, though.
Right.
Another part. I'm sorry, go ahead.
There is a conflict of interest when it comes to finance. So in finance, you can't allow somebody who posts money to actually go out and have another hand in collecting money. It is a checks and balances. If I'm posting money, I can actually steal money if I'm collecting also. Let's just say what it is. So, just because I see T-Wiz, just because they've always done it that way doesn't mean it always needs to be done that way. T-Wiz said my husband should have filled my car gas tank up. T-Wiz, I got my car this morning.
For you.
That looked at my gas tank and called my husband and said, my gas tank is only on half a tank, so you're gonna have to fill up because I'll do it if I have to, but God knows I don't. I hate going to the gas station. I just do. I've been married long enough.
That's something I just do. I don't wait on.
Me too. I do my own.
I do my own gas. I see,
because he don't drive my car, he won't see what my gas level is.
I don't want to.
But that's what you conditioned to. That's right. You. That's what you used to doing.
I've never always had a man, so I've always done it myself. I did fuel in the military, but it's just how I am. But I wanted to
husband, don't start stuff you can't keep up.
For real.
True.
I wanted to add a part to what Ms. Morningstar said earlier about changing the schedule, right? Your employee knew that she needed to change her schedule. She took accountability. For somebody that does not take accountability, you can change their schedule to 9 o'clock. But if they haven't taken accountability for the excuses, now they're going to just add the excuses to not being able to be there at 9 o'clock. So
that's when you get fired.
Well, they already been fired from other jobs, but I'm just saying they have to learn how to take accountability, because changing the schedule won't work for them, is what I'm saying. Hers worked for her.
Yeah.
Realize her issue was her.
Because if you don't change the behavior, it will continue as a regular pattern. You have to be in the mind frame. First, you got to recognize that there is something going on. That's how you start to hold yourself accountable. When you recognize your issue, and then you take that extra effort or step to correct it.
Yep.
Right. And and that's a good segue into the next part, which is intent and impact, right? So when you're thinking about accountability, your intention or your reason for doing or saying something is a part of that. Like, what was the reason for doing or saying that? What was the motivation behind that? And then the second half of that is the impact. How did that impact, the other person or your job or whatever the situation is? How did that impact, what you're doing? And taking accountability means that you are aware of both of those things. So even if I have the best intentions for you, even if I mean well, I could still, the impact that it has on you and the way you perceive it can still land wrong. And so part of accountability, my part is to take responsibility for that and to say, that's not the way that I meant it. I'm sorry, I meant A, B, C, and D. But recognizing that it didn't land the way that I meant, that's a part of it as well.
That's a big part of accepting that, hey, people can hear things differently.
Mm-hmm.
I know sometimes I have conversations with my brother. He just expects me to understand that the way he's saying it and the way he's saying it makes no sense to me. So we have this, like, what are you trying to say? You no, I don't. Talk to me like a 3-year-old. Please explain it, because when you say that, like, okay, now I understand what you meant when you did that, instead of being, confrontational or just defensive immediately. Part of being able to take constructive criticism.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the hardest part there is trying to communicate, especially if it's through an email or text. People can perceive it any way because you don't hear the inflection in a
The
person's
tone.
tone. You don't
Mm-hmm.
hear whether they're aggressive, whether it's calm. So if you're reading a
Mm-hmm.
text message, you can read it like 6 different ways,
Mm-hmm.
six different emotions. So it's communication
That is
is
true.
key. It is very true.
That's why I try not to, when I'm like communicating to my staff. I mean, yes, we work a lot with email, but I try to do a personal conversation with them every week, like, so we can touch bases and be clear and concise on what it is that we got going for the week. So we do like a huddle weekly, but because emails can be misconstrued, text
Mm-hmm.
messages can be misconstrued. They always become misconstrued.
Muddled.
Always.
Yes.
Right.
Social
Then
media posts can become
Social media posts.
Yes.
then you're stuck with
Yes.
saying, "Am I the drama? Am I the drama?"
Yes. Facts.
It is about how you take it, because it
Mm-hmm.
may not be how you wrote it or worded it, but it can definitely be how you said it. The way you say things
The impact.
and
That's
the
the
impact.
impact.
The
Like
impact.
she said, the way I'm going to take something from somebody I trust is different than the way I take something from somebody I just met that I saw messing up, that won't take accountability. I know that if
Mm-hmm.
I can take constructive criticism from the ladies on the panel, because I know you guys, I'm going to be, when you say something, it'll have more impact on me. So I think that goes right along with what Nikki was saying. You have to be
Mm-hmm.
careful how you say stuff, really.
Trust is a huge part of it. Accountability, it generates trust in people, right? Because like you
Mm-hmm.
said, if you just met somebody, the way they say something and somebody says something is totally different. You can,
Facts.
especially even if they're talking to you, it still may come across totally different. And
Mm-hmm.
so if you have a relationship with someone who does take accountability, who is trying, and they mean well for you, you're going to, like you said, be able to take something that's a little bit more critical, or that's a little bit more touchy for you, to hear. You're going to take that better than you would take it from somebody you don't know, because there's that
Absolutely.
accountability that they already have with you is building. You're building trust through that.
Absolutely. Um, I will say I understand and I agree with all of that. It's just sometimes when you are, excuse me, when you're dealing with different people, sometimes you have to try and get into their mind frame. Like, what are you trying to say without saying it? And
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes I think that is where the miscommunication comes into play, because my perception is my reality. If I'm perceiving that you are aggressive and every time I talk to you I feel anxious, or I'm getting a feeling off of that, and then you send me or you say something, my perception may be that you're coming at me aggressively. Your
Mm-hmm.
perception may be that you're just talking. So it's a level of trying to understand each other, especially if you have to work together, if you have to live together. If we're just friends or, acquaintances and we don't see each other every day, that is completely different. But if this person is a part of your day to day, or you are a part of their lives, you have to be able to break that barrier and talk in a way that
Mm-hmm.
that person doesn't feel like, okay, every time I say something, you've got something either critical or negative to say. I can take criticism, but don't let it be every time I talk to you.
Right. And that's where that communication and trust comes in. That's how you build that, because in talking about it and bringing it up and saying, I kind of feel like every time I talk to you, this is you have something negative to say, or you're blaming me for something, or you're putting something back on me. And so being able to communicate assertively, and also being able to know the difference between what you should be accountable for, what's really yours, and what's really the other person's. Because sometimes we take accountability for stuff that is not ours, for emotions or things that are said that are not ours to take responsibility for, but we do. So knowing the difference is also important.
You also have to understand now what you said earlier, Kitty, about somebody comes to you and say, hey, you're being aggressive. If every person you talk to in different locations all tell you, hey, you're kind of scary to talk to. You're kind of aggressive. I know you may not mean to, but you kind of loud when you talk. You seem like, that's one of those things where you got to start saying, okay, hold on now. It's not just at work. It's everywhere. Now I got to look at myself and see, am I aggressive? Am I the drama?
That's the struggle people go through. When you hear it enough, your mama used to tell you that, well, if everybody keeps saying the same doggone thing to you, then you need to evaluate you. Because at the end of the day, everybody say you got a nasty disposition, or you got a quick comeback, or you always look negative. You always got something negative to say. Well, baby, you need to reevaluate you.
Because everybody ain't always
wrong.
Because everybody
can't be wrong.
Somebody go tell Trump that.
He's the one. He's the first one that came to mind.
Go tell him that, because everybody can't be wrong.
Think about him. I think about the kids when come home and you come home with this report card. Not all your teachers don't get together and say that you cut up. At the same time, okay? They don't have
everybody ain't picking on you.
We had 7 periods when I was in high school. When we start high school, we changed periods like
every class.
45 minutes. Right. We had 7. So there's no way all 7 teachers.
All 7 teachers ain't lying on you, baby.
They didn't get together on you, sir, ma'am. That was you. You are the problem.
Yeah, all 7 teachers didn't say you was talking too much. Like all
kids will try to play.
All mine
they be like,
what mine used to say?
This the famous move for kids.
Every report card said, every one of my report cards, every one of my teachers said, Shanika is a pleasure to have in class. She tends to talk too much. I will own that to the fullest, because I know
you.
Did they call you a squirrel?
They did not. My attention span was better in school.
So we didn't know. We haven't known you since you was a grade school. But baby, you lived your legacy, baby. Because I love
knew that was me.
I love you for being you.
I do.
The squirrel.
Love it. Squirrel.
But you can own that. That's part of accountability too, right? You can own that and say, hey, I've been told, or I know that I kind of tend to talk a lot. So if if I'm going and you have a question, or you will have something you want to, interject, then just stop me. You can say that right up front to people. Like if somebody doesn't know you, to kind of help with the conversation. Or, if there's something that that everybody's saying and you've decided, what, they might be on to something. And you are talking to somebody, communicating with somebody, you can say, hey, this is how we need to communicate, because I kind of tend to do this, So that's taking accountability right up front.
I like that, Nikki. I do. That is a very proactive way. I think I'm going to try that. Everybody continues to tell me that I have a very smart mouth.
Huh. Really?
You don't say.
And
I wonder why.
I tend to believe that I do.
You believe them though? Do you take accountability for it?
I receive it.
Okay.
If anybody knows that I got a smart mouth, it's me. I don't have a smart. Now I know my sister-in-law is not over on TikTok commenting. I know you didn't say. Okay, bet. But yes, I do have a smart mouth at times. At times.
Yeah.
Not, why is everybody commenting? Excuse me, why I own my mouth. I am the drama. Okay.
Hey, you can put it out there,
might
and you
just
can
be-
say, if I offend you, let me know. But you can still, you don't have to apologize for it if you meant it, But you can tell them
Oh,
that,
I
like,
won't.
hey, but if I offended you, my bad. Let me know.
If
you
I
take this the
offended
wrong
you,
way, I did not mean to
You
hurt
know what?
you.
if I don't mean it, I will say, if you take it the wrong way, I do apologize. I don't.
I've been told that about me though. I've been
But
told,
if I meant it,
yeah.
I meant it.
But Kitty, don't feel. I've been told
I
my
don't feel no.
life, my mama, my daddy, my brothers, everybody. You got your mind, and even in my other husband, I'm
Mine
very,
too.
I'm snappy.
Man, too.
He'd be like, your mouth.
It's your mouth.
You know what mine says? Tone and delivery, ma'am. Tone and
So
delivery.
I get that, and
I
I
don't
do
get it.
receive it. I do receive it.
I receive it. I am 55 years old. This is who I am. Right
I
now,
think
we're gonna
we
take
all, but no matter how old we are, we all
can
got
all
stuff we
learn.
can work on, and
We
and
can all
it's a
work on
continuum progress.
Absolutely, because I in my older days, I'm trying. I work on myself. I'm trying to do better. So I really do try to think about how to say stuff differently. But sometimes I just can't do it.
Let me
But
tell
You
y'all
are
something
so
about.
sweet.
Let me tell y'all a little
Me
secret about Nikki.
Hold on. We got to take a break. We got to take a.
Okay, I'm gonna tell
I
y'all
want
a
to
secret
hear this
about
story.
Nikki.
Yeah,
Cause I known her. I know
I'm looking at Nikki like, ain't no way not.
I know
Nikki.
her. I'm gonna tell y'all a secret.
She's the sweet one of
very
all of
sweet.
us.
In Claire Huxtable's voice, she will tell you off in the most.
Okay, so I'm not gonna receive that until we come back. I need to hear this story. You are
My girl
listening
be
to
on
Our Plugs, a community connection on WKRA 92.7 Change. We'll be right back after this quick commercial break.
Hey guys, yes, this is my nonprofit, Carter's Caring Hands. And what my nonprofit does, we give fresh food boxes to those families in need that's struggling to keep food on their tables. We also go out into the unhoused community, give out care bags here in the Kalamazoo, Michigan area. So if you'd like to donate to the cause, please go to www.carterscaringhands.com and donate whatever you can, so we together can uplift those families that's struggling to keep food on their tables. Highly appreciated. God bless.
Hi, I'm Tori G, owner and founder of Say Something Tees, a statement t-shirt company. I got into this business by mistake, but the mission was no accident. As a Black female-owned brand, we do more than just sell shirts. We make statements. Our designs spark conversation, sometimes shady, sometimes in your face, but always bold. From the 92% collection, honoring Black women who always show up, to Dear Black Woman, a love letter to our strength and resilience. Our tees empower, uplift, and keep it real. Because at Say Something Tees, we believe your shirt should speak before you do. Shop Black owned, shop with a purpose. Find us at www.saysomething.biz and let's say something together.
Opalme Simplistic Beauty is hair care and skincare in a bottle. Take a quick survey and let us design your own formula. Go to ourplugs.com, look for Opalme Simplistic Beauty, and we can get your formula out to you as soon as possible. We hope to hear from you soon. Have a great day. And we are back. You are listening to Our Plugs, the Community Connection. And we left off with Miss Morningstar telling us a story.
Let me tell y'all this. Nikki is the sweetest pie, okay? She is. But when you get told, you ain't gonna know you being told until the end. And then you're gonna be like, did she just tell me off? That is the professional that she is. She will tell you off in the most professional, profound, disrespectful way. And you'll be stuck like,
You're going to miss some of it.
did I just get
Replay it
cussed
like-
out without being cussed out, but told off? That's my girl, Nikki.
I don't believe it.
Just cuss me out.
She's a very intelligent woman. So
I
them
know.
words, she know
So
how to use them
wrong.
words.
I had to work on that. I used to be angry. I had some anger in my lifetime. And so I was like, some got to give. And then I'm in a profession where I have to tell people stuff sometimes that they don't want to hear. So I have to tell them in a way that they can receive it.
And she will.
I did too, but mine required a little more yelling because my whole life was Army. So, I went through I spent my whole 20s and 30s in the military, and I had people's children, and I had people's aunties and uncles and men that didn't want to be heard, listened to a woman telling them what to do. Mm-hmm. So there was never I'm going to just be calm and all the time. I had to be assertive, not aggressive, but I had to be assertive. I had to speak up sometimes. And I was telling who was that asking me, was this the calm version? Because this is me in the calm version now from, the military. They was like, this is it? Yes. This is it. I called a soldier mama one time in front of him.
You called his mother?
Sure did. Because my job was, once you send them to me, I'm partially raising them, and I'm also teaching them to be a man in the military. So I know I'm gonna use all my resources, and you cutting up, but I know who you scared of. And called his mama on speakerphone, who was sitting next to his daddy, who could hear the whole conversation. Ooh. And they said, ma'am, put him on the phone. He can hear you. They wore him out and said, ma'am, you will not have any more problems with him anymore. And I didn't.
I know you didn't.
I did not. So, I got to a point where it's like, okay, I was never the one that cursed anybody out. I just had to get to that non-aggressive, I'm real brash. I have toned it down. Just so y'all know that
tone and delivery.
Yeah.
Tone and I don't cuss people out no more though. Well, no more. MAGA. But
they deserve
it. A couple other folks that deserved it. But
when's the last time you cussed somebody out, Miss Morningstar?
Today.
Last week on my live.
I ain't cussed nobody today.
Last week on my live. Oh, she said today. Okay.
I ain't cussed nobody today.
No, I said when was the last time?
I don't know.
Well, mine still stands.
Well, she remembered last week. Probably a MAGA.
It was.
That stupid one we talked to yesterday, I gave her a little lashing.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't curse at her yesterday.
I did. But then I went on mute because I couldn't take it.
Yeah. Because I'm not going to let them take me out of my element. I'm just going to say what I have to say. But I enjoy speaking.
I was still happy. But
me too.
And I can call somebody a stupid bloop and be happy as ever and be like, okay, hey, so what's next?
Didn't ruin my day at all.
Now, I don't know what that's called, but I can do that. And I feel nothing.
Not being bothered.
Yeah. For the most part, I don't. I just wonder how did they get there in life? That's the only thing that I wonder about. I'm not trying to fix them because, hey, you are grown. But I do wonder, how did you get there? How, especially if you're African American, if you are any type of minority and you are BLAGA or MAGA or whatever you want to call yourself, you believe in a man with the right hand. I have questions. What happened? Who hurt you? Who hurt you?
Well, the thing too about accountability is if people let you get away with stuff, because a part of kind of accountability is people calling you out and then you reflecting and back on it and deciding,
that's what I do.
If you're going to change or if you just it is what it is, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so a part of that kind of accountability, even when growing up, is somebody calling you out and saying, absolutely not, or questioning why you did something. So if nobody does that and people around you just allow you to, tell you what you want to hear or allow you to continue to do the things you're doing, you think it's okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. If no one's stopping you from doing it, you think, okay, well, I'm going to keep doing this.
That's right.
The same thing with the accountability. If you never take it, you never think you're doing anything wrong. Everybody's going to stay wrong. You're going to continue to do the wrong thing. Yeah.
Yep.
And you're gonna be okay with people walking out of your life or losing people because I ain't do nothing. That was them.
Well, I wasn't the problem.
Yeah.
I know I'm the problem sometimes. Maybe 10%.
I am the problem sometimes, but if I'm not the problem and I'm being 1,000% straight up with you and you decide to do something, goodbye. That trend that said we listen but we don't judge, that was not me. I'm a listen and I am going to judge. I am. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm a listen and I'm a judge. People can pretend that I'm so perfect. I am not, nowhere near it. Shall listen and I shall judge. And I will take accountability for that. Is it right? I don't know. But am I going to stop living my life because you say it's wrong? No.
I feel if you call me for my advice, you are also opening yourself up to get my opinion on whatever you tell me. My advice is going to always be from a perspective of mine. And you're giving me the opportunity to take your perspective and say, hey, do you feel like, what would you do in this situation? What did I do wrong? How should I handle that? That's different,
right.
But just me just calling you to give you my opinion on your life, that's not going to happen. That's not the same thing. So,
Nikki, what's the next one? What's the next, did you have next point to move on to?
Yeah, another part of accountability that I know for me that I work on in situations that I think we all got to look at too is if someone tells me that I did something, again, regardless of intent, or, I have the choice in that moment to decide if that is mine to hold, if I'm going to take accountability for it and how I'm going to move next. And so the other part we have to be mindful of too is that if we have a situation where someone did something and we do have a relationship with them, if we don't tell them what they did, they can't take accountability for it. And you can hold on to that forever and you'll never get the outcome you want because they have no clue that they did something to you because they may not have meant it that way. So that's a part of it too.
Absolutely.
I always say I cannot read your mind. You imagine being mad at somebody and the only person mad is you because the person you were mad at doesn't know that you're mad at them because you never told them that you had a problem and you were mad at them. That is how idiotic that sounds, but it's a reality. Assuming people should know that what you did made me mad because other people knew that it made you mad. This new person doesn't. Now you mad with this person because you didn't say, this is what I don't like. I don't like you screaming at me. I don't like you getting loud. And I'm just an aggressive sounding person. And you walk off mad and think I should apologize because you never told me, hey, I don't like being spoken to aggressively. I don't like your tone, da, 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 da. You have to tell people what you don't agree with or something you don't like.
I agree with that 1,000%. But what's even worse is if you can tell everybody else what the person did, but you can't go to that person and tell that person what they supposedly did. How will that, if you want that relationship to work, how will it work if you don't open up? A closed mouth don't get fed. If you have an issue, be adults, talk about it. Don't go back and forth and talk to this person and this person and this person. Go to that person and talk to them. That's being an adult. That's being mature.
Exactly. That's fact.
And that's taking accountability for those feelings you're having and saying that this person made me feel this way and I'm going to tell this person. Because you telling everybody else doesn't help with the situation at all, especially if it's somebody that I've seen a lot of friendships ruined over that. The person don't even know what they did. The person just stops talking to them. The other person's in the dark, has no clue, can't take accountability because they didn't know that they said or did something that made that person upset.
None.
That's crazy.
It's just messy.
Yeah. So so you need to take some accountability for that and give that person the benefit of the doubt, especially if they're your friend or a family member. Because I see stuff all the time on social media, like don't be afraid to cut people off. Well, be careful with that.
Be careful, because you could cut off somebody that you may need one day.
Yeah.
One thing I think I can pride myself on is being able to tell somebody why I'm not going to deal with them anymore. I really want them to know why. For some reason, something down in me needs you to know. how I feel and why I'm not going to text you no more. I'm not going to talk with you. I have sent messages that, hey, this will be the last message I send to you because XYZ. I just want to let you know. And when, like you were saying, you cut people off and you didn't even get the whole story. You may be cutting off somebody that didn't give you an opportunity to tell you their side. You may hear some pieces like, hey, I didn't even know that part. But you were quick to cut them off without having a conversation with them. A conversation is always going to be better, even if you just get closure or if you just put out how you felt about it. You can leave on whatever type of terms you said your piece. They said their piece, and you're either going to, keep communicating or cut off all kind of communication. But I'm just the person that I just have to tell you.
That's good.
And
that's
great.
Because that's heavy to carry around. You're carrying around this hurt, and you can't get rid of it because you have not told the person or given them the opportunity to help you get through it. You're carrying around that hurt for a long time, and that's draining. And we're all human. So, we're all we're trying to work on ourselves. A lot of us are working on ourselves, not everybody. And so, people need the opportunity to change. People need the opportunity to do better.
Can I say something?
Go ahead. I just have a question. Go ahead.
Because people, okay, so in those situations where you are telling a person, hey, you did X, Y, and Z, you made me feel this way. At that point, when you release that, I feel like you've done your job. Now, how that person receives it or interprets it or takes it,
that's on them.
That's on them.
Right.
And in a lot of cases, when you have the person on the other side, you have some people that don't want to take accountability. Oh, I've met grown women who don't take accountability. Grown women, grandmas who don't take accountability and will continue to run with a narrative as if they are the victim. They are innocent and they've done nothing wrong. And it's sad to see, but it's better that. It's better you already release your frustration off and told what you had to say. And if they continue, then you don't have to deal with that person no more. That's when the cutoff is real. I don't have to go back and forth with you. I ain't got to give you no full explanation. That's just me. I'm not going to give you no full explanation. I say what I say, and I'm used to didn't know you, and I keep it moving.
And be the type of person that doesn't have to try to be the type of person that doesn't have to get the last word, that doesn't have to get verification from the other person that everything is now good or everything is going to be okay. Because some people like to, well, no, I need you to hear me. I need you to be okay with what I'm saying. No. I receive what you said. I just don't agree with it. And I don't want to, communicate with you any further. I have to be accountable for how I feel about this whole situation. You got to be accountable for how you feel about it. So if me holding myself accountable lets me know that I don't need to speak with you anymore, then that's what I'm going to do. You can handle your issues and your side of it. I let you verbally express everything you needed to say. I got out what I needed to say. We just need to part ways. And some people aren't going to always take that the way you will. So you have to be, cognizant of that when you have these conversations with people.
I agree with that 1,000%. I'm just sitting here thinking, because I did what you said, Mrs. Jack. I was in a situation where I did express how I felt and left it at that. And I'm okay with never speaking again, ever.
What? We are Capricorns.
Yeah, we are. But that was the first time that I had ever actually done that. Because and it's called growth. Because before that, for years, it'd just be like, we ain't never got to talk again. I don't care. And it wasn't holding a grudge. It was more like, you're not, I hate to say this because it sounds so bad, but you're not important enough for me to be bothered with. I don't care if you don't ever speak to me again. Now, the people that are in my life that I care about, they know because I'm going to make an effort. But if I didn't do anything to you, and all of a sudden you got an attitude, but you can't tell me what it is that I did because I'm not perfect. I am not Jesus Christ. But if I did something to you that hurt you, and you can't open up your mouth to tell me, that is not my problem.
Right.
that's a you problem, not a we problem. We don't have a problem. You stopped talking to me. You never told me why. And so I am like, okay, what can I do? I can't force anybody, but I have a life to live, a full life to live. And if you decide not to talk to me anymore, if I care about you, I'm gonna be like, girl, what is it? But if I don't, I'm gonna be like, okay.
Yeah, and that's real too. That's real.
That's real.
And that's a part of accountability. It's like, if you care, then you're gonna try. If you don't, it's like, okay, this doesn't mean much, so it's fine. But you have to figure out, that's the thing about control. What do I have control over in the situation? And what's my part in this situation?
Yeah.
And if you've answered both of those, yeah. And because I know I'm like that. I try. If I care, I'm gonna call. If I feel like we were talking and I felt like something might have went left or something happened, I'm gonna try to contact you and say, hey, you know what? Was there? You kind of was acting weird after I said this. Was that, did that hurt your feeling? What happened with that? I'm gonna try to have that conversation with you. If I don't care, it's like, oh, okay, you mad? All right, okay. But if I try to have that conversation with you and you decide you just not gonna talk, like that becomes rude to me, and I'm gonna go ahead and let you have your space. But you can't control if I'm going to talk to you after you try to come back. Exactly. You can't control if I'm still gonna be sitting here waiting on you. Exactly. Because I did my part. I came to you, and I feel like at that point maybe I'm not as important as I thought I was to you.
Exactly. So why am I gonna
consequences and repercussions?
I always us being women only. Men probably have this problem as well. But let's be honest. This is a woman. Women, we are emotional creatures. We are the ones that we must talk and analyze and get through and discuss everything. Okay. Mm-hmm. But at what point do you have to say to yourself, you know what? I have a full life. I have kids, I have grandkids, I have a job, I have my other extracurricular activities. I have so much going on. And I don't have the bandwidth to coddle and hold your hand because I may say something that's hurtful for you. If you can't just tell me what it is and we get past it and be like, oh, girl, I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. But you still got an attitude, baby. But I'm too busy. I just can't do it. I can't. Yeah. I can't do it.
That's what brings, and to me, Kitty, I'm with you.
Number two, I don't want to.
But that's what brings on for me. I'm gonna just say me. I don't know. Y'all might join in. Is then I get a little petty sometimes because they call me Petty T. A little petty sometimes. Just a little bit. Just because it's in my nature to be that way. A little bit. Just a little bit. Sometimes a little condescending, a little petty. But not in all cases. But it feels good sometimes.
Yeah. And it takes you to your boundary. That's why you have to cut off. Because look, I tried as best I could. Now we have hit a wall, and that's my boundary. I don't have to sit here and try to beg you to understand my point or make you, forgive me for whatever I said that you didn't understand or you didn't agree with. So I'm cutting it off. So
yeah,
but the thing is, as humans, we want closure. We want closure tied up in a nice little package in every situation. And in a lot of situations in our life, we're not getting it. We are not going to get closure. So we have to create our own closure, and by taking accountability for what our part of this was, and then accepting that, okay, maybe this is done. And we have to rethink it. We have to think about it differently. Not that we were wronged, not that we were disrespected, not that we were hurt, but maybe, this whatever makes us feel better. Maybe this person had something going on and didn't know how to express that to me. Maybe I'm going somewhere where the Lord don't want this person and I ain't got room for them to go with me. They're going to hold me back. Like we got to create our own closure.
Mm-hmm. That's the first one I had wrote was what part of something that happened in your life was your fault? What part of it did you take accountability for that you caused? And when you can't do that, then you're going to be lost. We have to stop acting like people have to give us a reason. I know people make reasons. Sometimes the reason is stupid. And you're just still not gonna agree after you hear the reason. Like that can't be it. That
Right, you're
can't
still not gonna have no closure.
Why you mad? You just right. You're just gonna have to roll without closure because
then you like, is that what it was?
I know
What?
good
Is
well
that what it is?
And then you're like, well, I'm really done. Like, you know what? No, that's
Yeah,
stupid. I'm
because
out.
that would tick you off even further. Like if it's something stupid, as we call it, then I'll really be like, okay, why did I deal with you in the beginning at all? Because you ain't who I thought you was. You know,
I was giving you more credibility for even being talking to you. Now I see that you are delayed. Like
I always say that the good Lord puts us where we need to be when we need to be there and with the people that we need to be. And if there's something going on, it's not up to you to weed it out. It's going to weed out by itself. So if you stop talking to DJ Kitty, DJ Kitty will be just fine. Yep. Except you and you and you and the folks on our plugs. I'm gonna pick up the phone and be like, "What's wrong with you? What is it?
Right? What happened?
What happened? Right. Are you cool?"
Right. And next time, don't make me call you. You can say what's wrong.
You can pick up the phone and
quit playing with me.
Stop acting funny. We don't do that. We don't do.
Because in family, you're gonna have disputes. In families, you're gonna have disagreements. You're not gonna always agree. You're gonna. But that's all part of the program, you know. Yeah. And in life, that happens. You have to learn to adjust in the air. I always say that, like an eagle. And then let's go on to the next phase, because it's not going to always be clear cut and dry. Everybody's not going to agree with your program, your way of doing things. We all got our own agendas, you know?
Yeah. And our experiences shape the way we hear and see things. So, you know, some experiences that I had, you might have triggered me and didn't realize it. And I didn't realize it until after I went back and thought about it. So you have to be careful of just cutting folks off.
You might not even know until somebody tells you, you know.
Right.
But, you know,
but that goes back to what Tam said. Why would you feel comfortable telling everybody else? Or Kitty might have said it. You told everybody else but me. If you told me, I could have said that did trigger me, and we could have a conversation about it. Instead of telling everybody else.
I see Powerful Black Woman says, I really don't care what people think, and I don't to a certain extent.
I don't either.
It depends on who it is. I'm sorry.
Right.
I don't care what other people think.
It depends on who it is, and I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say that for me. For me, it depends on who it is.
Yeah. Of what the people we love and trust have the power to hurt us.
Yes.
Yes.
One thing I say on my live when they come in and then have the comments and stuff, because they're gonna have comments about you. I tell them I don't care nothing about y'all comments. Y'all don't know me. I don't know you enough to care about you.
Yeah,
I
that
knew
part.
you.
That's the part.
Things you say could hurt my feelings. If I knew and cared for you, then it would hit me differently. But I don't know you from a can of paint. So whatever you say goes in one ear around my head.
We used to say when we were kids, I'm rubber, you, whatever you say, stick back to you.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Stick to you.
Right. You have to take life like that sometimes. Don't hold everything so personal. You cannot do that.
You can't take everything personal, because people gonna say what they gonna say anyway. I mean,
and the thing is, we're all human, and we're all trying. Nobody is perfect. Anybody who says they're perfect, they are delusional.
You better get away from.
They are not taking accountability.
They got dead hands.
Right. They are not taking accountability.
They're perfect. They got dead hands.
Right. Try to repair the relationships of people you love and forget the ones that you don't really care about. But if someone's important to you, talk to them, communicate. Think about the impact when you're thinking about accountability, the impact and the intent of it. If you know somebody, you know they didn't mean to say that, or they didn't mean to hurt you.
Absolutely. Okay, ladies, we are down to our last minute. This was a great conversation. Much needed, much needed, much needed, as always. Any last words, Mrs. Jack?
Be accountable for yourself. You are the only person that you can be accountable for first. So account for yourself and then account for your actions.
Absolutely. Mrs. Nikki, Counselor Nikki, any last words?
I would say have the conversations that you need to have with people, and don't assume that they understood what you were trying to say, because your intent and the impact are totally different.
Absolutely. Now, Miss Morningstar, can you please send us off on a good note?
You guys have a great Wednesday. Be intentional. Be always remember asking for forgiveness takes courage and awareness. So make sure you put that first. And y'all enjoy your day. It's beautiful outside. Live your life. And we will see y'all Thursday. And y'all have a great morning. Bye.
Hey, bye. It's DJ Kitty.
Bye.
And Miss Morningstar.
We are here from Our Plugs, the Community Connection, and we will be your new morning host on WKRA 92.7 The Change.
Yes, we will be broadcasting Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time.
We'll also be streaming on YouTube at Our Plugs LLC.
Be sure to tune in.